We are back. Okay, we are back. Hello, hello, hello. Am I even audible? Am I audible? Hmm. No.
Yeah, yes, I'm cool now. Yes, our Flutter is done downloading. Hallelujah. Our Android today is almost done. Hallelujah. Our emulator is done. Hallelujah. So we can close this now. And then, yeah, I think we have this. Source control, that's for Git. Editing. Check general. See. Um, yeah, so let's go back to the docs. Let's go back to the docs, right? So it says you go to locations and you make Xcode your default one. So let's go down here and go to locations. Look for command line to use. Yeah, we use Xcode. Yeah. So let's check the terminal again and see. Not here, open absent. Let's pick it from there. So let's search export. I'm not found, I think. It's in there, so I'm not gonna stress myself. So since our Android Studio is done installing, so we'll show in folder and we install this, right? Yeah, so that's that. Let's check this from here and then let me check if it's here. Yeah, we have it here. So now let's go to the Flutter section, right? So we have the Xcode command line tools installed. We have our RD installed, so we have our Flutter downloaded as well. So create a folder to store the SDK. So create or find a folder to store the extracted SDK. So consider creating using a directory at develop. Right, so let's check that and see. it something like this or this? So this is from the root, right? So you're gonna have it here. I think something like this. Then we're gonna take our downloads and let's move Flutter all the way to develop, right? How do we even cut, guys? Bring it in here and push it in here. Okay, so we have our Flutter in develop. So extract the SDK bundle. We want to store the Flutter SDK. Copy the command, replace SDK zip with the path to the bundle you downloaded. Replace the destination directory with the path to the folder you want the Flutter SDK to be in. Run this and zip this into the destination. For example, if you downloaded a bundle for Flutter into downloads directory and you want to store the Flutter SDK in develop directory, unzip. Okay, but it's already unzipped because it's already unzipped, so I don't think I have to do much. So let me see. So adding Flutter to the path. Adding Flutter to the path. Let me check it out and see where. So let me check where we are gonna get it. So determine the SDK installation. Alright, copy the absolute path to the directory that you download and try the Flutter SDK to open or create the ZSH environment variable. If it exists, open the variable in your preferred text editor. If it doesn't, create the .z profile file. Add the SDK, add the Flutter SDK bin to your path. At the end of your Z profile file, use the built-in export command to update the path variable to include the bin directory of your Flutter installation. So replace path to SDK with a path to your SDK. For example, if you download Flutter in develop Flutter folder inside your user directory, you add the following to the file: export file, home, develop Flutter bin, and path. Save changes, then close. Apply changes, right? Alright, so we have our Flutter. We need the Z profile folder. Alright, so let me go there and then let's work on that. So do we have any Z profile here? I don't think so. Let's see. So we are going to create .z profile, right? Z profile. Is it something like that? You can't use a name that begins with the because the names are reserved for. Okay, then where are we doing this? Open or create the ZHS environment variable file. If it exists, open it in the preferred text editor. If it doesn't exist, create the let me see. And 5-star will read from commands. Let me see. Oh. Open your terminal and run the command touch to generate the hidden file. Okay. By default, Mac do not include this file, so you must create one. Say to create file, open your built-in terminal application and execute this command to create a file without overwriting any existing data. So it says touch, and then we have this /.c profile. So it says ensures the file goes into your user home directory rather than the root directory. Okay. So now where do we find it? Where do we find it? Say open and edit the file. You can modify the file using a terminal based editor as standard grade text editor using nano terminal. Run nano z profile to open the file directly in your terminal. After adding your text, press Ctrl O to save and then press enter. Okay, so let's nano the folder. We are in there. So now when we come here, we are going to do export and the path to the Flutter bin, right? So we are going to have export home develop Flutter B. So let's do this and see. Okay, so let me see. File name to write blah 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 tab. Let's see. Cancelled. Okay. What am I not doing right? Just take me out of here, bro. Okay, let's go again. Alright, it's there. So now we're gonna do what? We'll do source. Then we call upon it, right? So let's do source. Nothing happened. So save, apply changes, then we do Flutter version, right? Ooh, we have Flutter in our system now. Wow. Okay. So let's do that version as well. Yeah, that is also installed. So now that we have our Flutter and that in the system, let's move ahead to working with Android Studio. Oh. Yeah. So let's go all the way here and look for Android Studio. Open. Don't send. Next. Next. Proceed with the installations. Alright guys, this evening is kind of going so cool. Everything is just smooth as it's supposed to be. Yeah. So we just wait for the installations and then we can move on from here. Let's get our installation done. We have our Flutter in the system now, so we are almost good to go, guys. Last night was crazy because working on this was so much of a stress, and then today is just going so smooth as it's supposed to be. I'm very glad. Let's see, after this installation, what's next? Do we have to do anything? Set up the one for this one target platform to continue changing. Okay. So, wow, Android Studio finally. So we need to install Flutter. Let's get Flutter installed, and then I think we need that. And then we restart our IDE. Alright, so we're almost there. Mr. Botti, thanks you for the follow. I really appreciate that follow. And let's go. Yeah, so what I'm just doing is I installing Flutter on a Mac for the very first time. Yeah. So from develop, we're gonna look for Flutter, and then we select this. Yeah. Then we go next. Then what's the name of our first project? Let's just do test, right? Sorry, test project. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, let's select all platforms. Yeah, so you can get the Android Studio from the official website. Right, so let's create a new tab. You just go inside your search bar and you type Android Studio. Then the first link that you see, developer.android.com, you click on it to load, and then you have download Android Studio with the newest update. Then you scroll all these conditions, you come down here, then you click on that, and then if you are using Windows, you have the option to download the Windows exe, but if it is Mac, you have the option to choose whether Mac with Intel chip or Mac with the Apple chip. The Apple chips are the M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. So you just click on your chip and then we are good to go. Then the download begins automatically. So that's how you get your Android Studio. Yeah. You are welcome. I guess you are a software engineer yourself. So we are gonna have our iOS simulator and run our very first Flutter app on Apple. Actually, this is my first time doing the whole installation and everything. Yeah, because I'm a Windows user. I was a Windows user. Yeah. So where do we start from? Okay. Yeah. Now we have our Apple simulator. So we can go back to our Android Studio IDE. How do I want to put it side by side? Yes. Let me see. Let's see. Can I have it this way? something like this. Yeah, so for the first time I'm gonna click on the run button and see what we get. Oh, okay, that's great. If you are learning too, that's a very good thing. Then I guess you can connect with me because I have been here for a very long time, so we can connect, and then maybe if you need like help or if you are getting an error doing your installation and stuff, we'll just do it. Yeah, so now we are back with an Xcode error. I haven't seen this before, so let me look at it. So it said Xcode build 1 failed to build iOS app, error output from Xcode build. Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's very much okay. I also have a channel. Yeah, I will have a YouTube channel where I drop all my videos and stuff, so you can check it out. Let me see. I think let me open it out for you to see. Let's do this. Yeah. So this is the channel, Code with Secho. I'm live right now. What we are doing currently, it's live. I have all sort of videos, basics, and also a little bit of intermediary videos. Yeah, I have all this here, so you can check it out. There's the name, Code with Secho. So let's go back to our ID and then solve this problem. So let me see. All right, thank you. So it's saying writing results bundle at path blah blah blah. The impeller failure. Okay, that's the renderers shader compilation to this. Field with execute command fish field with non-zero exit notes. Run script build phase thin binary will be running during every bit because the option the script phase is unchecked. And targets runner from project runner. Where do I even check that? I haven't done that before, so let me go online and look for this particular problem. Let's see. Let's drop it here. Sorry, I'm used to the Android. I said Android. Windows Control V2 paste, right? So we need port. So the first description execution build failure and Flutter because of an expired development certificate. Okay, the warning note about timber and run script are just right. So strict macOS can block Xcode build script from running. Okay, go to settings, privacy, full disk access. Okay. So settings, privacy, full disk access. Use privacy. We don't have X code here. So let's quit and reopen. And hopefully that should solve our problem, right? So let's go off. Let's quit. And open again. So if we try to rerun, what do we have? Let's see. Open. It's taking a little time, so that means hopefully we are going to get a perfect build. We are almost there. Actually, for installation on Windows, it's kind of straightforward and so quick. Unlike iOS, where I need Xcode and have to do some path and all. Charlie, let's verify this. Be quick with the verification. I no get chill. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. Time to verify. Oh, the build is done. We are almost through. Yeah, we have our first app. So this is what we have now. Great. Yeah, so let me see. Seems like let's try this. Yeah. So we have our Android Studio running on the emulator successfully. So that's for iOS. Yeah, I'm in Accra. Accra Lakeside. So let's install our emulator. Yeah, Lakeside. I even have a class ongoing for an in-person session for on every Saturday Okay, Dansuman. That is a little bit. Is that? I think that's far from here, right? Because I haven't been to Dansuman. Yeah. Or should we check it on the map? Let's see. My location to Dansuman distance. Let's see. So that's gonna take like 43 minutes. And then 38 minutes on bike, 6 hours when walking. Yeah, it's far. So we can go back to our Android studio and wait for our emulator to install. Yeah, that's when you when you have your own ride. Imagine you have to go to the station, wait for people to join you, and then pick trotro, and you can spend about even 2-3 hours getting to Dansoman from here. I think it's all good. Yeah, so as I was saying, I have an in-person program where I teach mobile app development on Saturdays, right? For that, we deal with everything from basics. We give ourselves tasks over the week because we only meet on Saturdays to discuss what we've done through the week, right? And I think we've been on it for 6 weeks now. Yeah, and it's all good. We so the target is that at the end of at the end of the whole session, it's a 12 weeks program. At the end of it, everybody should be able to understand the basics and even some intermediary concepts when it comes to Flutter development. At the end of the day, you should be able to work with images, you should be able to work with voice recorder functionalities, you should be able to manipulate uh, camera functionalities, like almost everything that you need in a normal mobile app. You should be able to do that after the 12 weeks sessions. So we gave ourselves a task, which is building Google Gemini clone, because Google Gemini clone involves almost, yeah, so it's happening here. Let me Vanchila technology. Yeah, so it's happening at Vanchila Technology, which is at School Junction. That's where it's happening at. On every Saturday. So the first you can check their website out. Where do we have the website here? Yeah, it's far. It's at School Junction. So that's our first this thing. This one is our first trial or our first sessions when it comes to mobile app development, right? And we are gonna have subsequent ones which wouldn't be on weekend but weekdays. So let's say for 3 days in a week or for 5 days in a week for like 1 month. Yeah, so we are just gonna have it like an intensive 1 month session that will take you from basic to an intermediary, or let's say an industry ready person for uh, jobs and stuff. Yeah. So this session is almost past let me say 50%. So having new people on board wouldn't actually it wouldn't favor the new people and it wouldn't favor the old people, because there will be difference in the yeah. So maybe for the subsequent sessions we are going to put out a notice for like 1 or 2 months before the actual program begins. Yeah, I think our emulator is also done. So what we do is we finish and then we look for it. So now let me run our emulator. Oh no, I have to choose the emulator then. Let's go here. Now we can have this. So let's wait for it to start up. When it's up, and we run our app in there. Then we can say we are fully done with the installation. Then we move back to our development. It's been a hell of a fight. Yeah, Flutter compared to React, it's always ahead. Flutter is ahead of React and React natives, right? Flutter is good compared to React, but React has a lot of recognitions out there because most web developers are easy to navigate its ecosystem and then continue development without having to learn new stack and stuff like that. So that's one good thing about React. But when it comes to performance, when it comes to having a native feel on apps like Android, iOS and stuff like that, Flutter is ahead of React. So yeah, the only thing with React is that we have a lot of web developers and there's a lot of yeah, you said it. That one, it's very obvious everywhere. The only thing is web developers easily transition from normal web development to React Native because it's the same web syntax and stuff that they use in there. Yeah, but when it comes to development, because Flutter Flutter communicates directly with your or what's the name, with your OS, right? So it has, what will I say? What's the name, Seth? Yeah, so it communicates directly with your OS without needing a third-party application. So that makes the app feels like a native app, right? When you develop on Android, it feels almost as if you are using the normal XML development for the app. And then when you develop on iOS, it feels almost like you are developing for using Swift and stuff like that. Yeah, so Flutter is always ahead, then Swift follows behind. Let's say Swift native, yeah, native. What's the name? React, yeah. So let's run our app on the emulator and see what we have. So the only problem is we, the Flutter developers, have to pray so that the industry will get to appreciate Flutter and stop fighting to overshadow it with React. Because Flutter is cool, yeah. So apart from you learning Flutter, do you have any other previous skills, maybe web development skills, or maybe native app development skills using Jetpack or Swift? Do you have any of previous experience developing mobile apps? So I guess we're waiting for this to run. Okay, you just started learning. All right. Then I guess you started with the right tool, because Flutter is a very good SDK to begin with. It's a framework. We call it framework. People call it SDK, but it's an SDK actually. Let's see. Let's search. So let's say it's Flutter, a framework, library, a framework or library or SDK. Yeah, it's an SDK. So we're waiting for our Gradle to run. And we have our app. So this particular, okay, that is where you popped it. Okay, that's great. That's great. Yeah. So normally I go on live almost every evening, if not early around 9 p.m. You'll see me around 2 a.m. like this. Yeah, because I normally go to work, and then after work I come back to this and then do my live. Yeah. So I guess it's good. You thank you, Medicine of Jal. Thank you for the follow, guys. Everybody, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate the likes. Yeah, so I yeah. So what do you do? I do the software engineering. I work with the company I showed up, Vangela Technology. Yeah, I work there as a software engineer. I do web, I do mobile, and any other stuff there. And when I come back, I'm just a live streamer. So what do you do? iOS runs so smoothly. When it was time for Android, I know Android would want to install some few things, so let's just give it a chance. So I just go on live code. I have a lot of personal projects that I'm working on, so I just go live and then I code for just for the vibe of it. And then on the YouTube channel, I normally drop tutorials. Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. Ah, that's great. That's great. At first, I used to say that I can't teach until I started my small tutorials, and people are like, Charlie, I like the way you explain your stuff. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Alright. Okay, then it will be good. But how are you sure you'll be able to mix coding with teaching? Because I feel like teaching involves a lot of work. I feel like it involves a lot. Yes, sir. Yeah, I said it. There are these installations going behind the scene. So we need all this. Has it installed the NDK? Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I used to tell myself that actually you cannot teach. And I was like, maybe let me give it a try. Your framework, right? Low. Flutter. You want to say Flutter for life, eh? If we start Flutter for life, I'm sure the React Native people will come for our necks because they don't want to believe that Flutter is better than React. Sure. I'm always, when I show on my live, when you pull up, you can always ask questions and then we talk about things. Let me see. I even have this. Let me log into my Figma. I have a full design that I would use to learn Flutter from basics. Yeah, but they won't understand. They'll fight you over it. So when I go to my drafts, yeah, I have all these designs. No, not this. the design that I want us to notice too. So let me look for it. Why is it? Yeah, I think it's let me no, it's on CWS. So let me look for that, because I have some designs in there that I'll be coding live, right? The project that I was talking about, the Gemini clone, so it's just gonna contain all the basic stuff from basic to the pro level stuff. Why can't I find this? Let me see. Yeah. So this is how it's gonna look like, and then I don't want to redesign everything, so I just did copy. I just screenshot the design and then I put it in there. Yeah, so we are going to develop all this. They contains the basic things that a normal dev or and then a normal dev has to know: camera, going to your gallery, picking files like documents, connecting Google Drive and then notebooks. All that we would learn here, and then all this. Then when it comes to voice recording, so at the end of the day, you also know how to navigate yourself around voice recording feature in your app. Then we go to camera. Yeah. Then screen sharing. As for the screen sharing, I think we would look into that one as well. Yeah, so that's what I have on my table in the days to come. Yeah, it's just gonna be a raw live. Nobody is gonna record and put there, so we go like it's gonna be so raw. When we face errors, we fix them together, and when we fix errors, we learn how we're able to fix it together. We will learn from it, and then any other thing that we would want to do. Because sometimes when recording videos, the developer can face an error, but they don't have to put it in there, so they just cut it out and then connect everything and make the video look perfect. So sometimes when you're viewing tutorials, you can realize that in the tutorial the video works, or maybe the function works, but when you implement same thing at your end, it doesn't. That's because some cut and paste happened in the corner somewhere. So our live is going to be so clean, everything is going to be so raw, just like how we have this ongoing right now. Yeah, so our app is available now. It's ready on our iOS, and it's ready on our Android. So I think we're good. How do I connect GitHub? Let me try do that one too now. Then we can say bye-bye to the live for now. I think I have to do it through Xcode. I don't know if I have to do Let's go. Do we have GitHub desktop for Mac? It's simple, so let me just go here and then I don't want to close off any of these tabs, but let me use this. What's that? Verify is still okay. Alright, so let me do so there's the easiest way to install Git online is by using homebrew package. Open your terminal and run the Flutter command. Additional installation. If you prefer not to use homebrew, you can install Git through this alternative. Xcode command 92. Click install. This install Git along with other developer tools. Okay. Alright, so let's do let me first jump into my GitHub and see. I'm just gonna do this here. Yeah, so let me jump to my profile and look for one of the projects, right? So let me mobile and then this is a box, right? So open with GitHub desktop. Yeah, I can download this because do we have it for Mac? Let me see. Okay. That's all I want. Why is it coming as a zip file? Let's check the internet speed because yeah. So let's show in folder and let's install it. There that you're not running from the application folder. Yeah, move and restart. Okay. Alright, so let's pick one project. This not here. this. Let me see. Yeah. So is it true? Yeah, studio projects. Yeah. Okay. Let me clone. It's kind of going smoothly as expected. Because I was just like, may this not give me an issue. What is it saying? Yeah, because this thing can really stress you. So I have to take time to kind of navigate to the beginning and end of everything. Oh, let's see. All right, so we can now jump into our Android Studio, install or stop all our running apps, and run this window. Trust. The git not install shouldn't be possible to run again command potential and transfer files to git and line extractor. Yeah. Let me see. What is it saying? Let me go to SDK manager. Yeah, that is enabled, yeah. Flutter is enabled, so target URL doesn't exist. File-based messaging. Try creating a file reference. Okay. Let's see. I was praising this, saying it was going smoothly, but I guess the issue was just waiting for us. Yeah. So now, where do we go from here? So we can run git commands. So let me try git and see. So if I should git push. Oh. Then password. Why am I going through all this? Yeah. Seems I forgot my password. I have to check my password. I forgot. Let me go in here and look and find the password. Okay. Well, this is my username. Yeah. And then my password. What the fuck? Home. So get is not available. That means you have to install Git, right? So let's install Git for Mac. So let's go in here and find a wow. So let's go again. So we're gonna copy this. I did the Xcode select install. When prompted, click install. This install is along. Yeah, so let's do that again and see. We have Xcode select install. Yeah, that is installed. So we can try the other one. No, let me first search Git. Yeah, Git is installed. So why am I not able to run it from the ID? You should be able to run it from here, right? So let me clear. Thank you, OG. OG, thank for the follow. Guys, we have a new big follower in the house. Yeah, so we have Git running here, right? But trying to push is giving an issue. And let me not enter my password on this live. Okay, let me try use this and see. Remain. Okay, let me try use push. So empty repo. Okay, there's nothing in the repo, right? But let's firstly run this app and confirm it's running. I hope I'm not missing any file. So let's run our app for the first time and see what we got. Gradle properties. Running for the first time will probably take some time, see. That's my experience with Windows. This is my first time actually experiencing the iOS ecosystem or the MacBook ecosystem. So hopefully it runs faster than I thought. Yeah, we have the env here. All env files are in. So let's just run and see what we have. And go on commit. Cannot run Git. Shouldn't be possible running Git. What's the shortcut to copying stuff in Apple on Mac, right? So copy shortcut in Mac, right? So press Command C to copy. Okay. So Command A to select all and Command C to copy. Yeah, so let's go back there and understand why this is giving this error. To resolve error, you need to explicitly trust your project directory in exception happens because the ID consider project root and trust or safe mode which prevents it from random. Reopen and trust the project. Previous phase to force the ID to ask you to trust the project. Close the project. On the welcome screen, remove the project from the original project list. Click open and select your project directory. When it comes, then bam. Register the directory in global git config. In your ID, if your ID relies on the system underlying, yeah. So we're just saying the project is untrusted, right? So let me add on Mac to it and see if this will work. Okay, trust the project. Yeah, so they're all saying that we have to trust the project. So that means we would after the project ran. Okay, it's doing a lot of installations now. What's this? Alright. Your app uses the following plugins that apply. Okay. Yeah, will fail to build if your app uses plugin. Okay. Check the change of this plugins and upgrade to a version that supports building. Okay. Yeah, so we have a few updatings to do. That's okay. Samsung is capable of faster upgrade the cable. Okay. So I should pick it from here to the other side. Same thing. Then it's from the cable. Yeah, so our app is installed. This is the app that I've been working on for like 6 months now. I'm currently working on it, so we would have a lot of lives to do. Yeah, allow. Yeah, so we have these screens to work out. There's going to be a lot of lives because we have a lot to do when it comes to these screens. Yeah, so our app is running, everything is running perfectly well, but we can't run Git because I think this folder is not trusted, right? So let's close it for now and close the entire project as well. Hey, where's the close project? And then we take it off here. Let's remove this as well. So we go open in studio projects and we select this. Now we can trust it because yeah, so we have to go the manual way, right? So it says close completely, open your Mac terminal and open your ID options directly. For modern just replace integer with a specific ID name. Add project to Git save directory. So open your Mac terminal and run the following command: git config global add save directory. So I think this should work for us. Let's clear everything now. I think I also have to close the project, right, and put this in here, and let's go get a path. So I think it's like this. Nah, I forgot. Let me go here, studio project, and then this. Now how do I copy this path? I don't know how I can copy a path, how to copy a path in this. Fix books, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for the follow. How do I copy the path? Like, guys, this is my first time on Mac, so a lot of things are kind of new. Not kind of, a lot of things are new to me. So let me view, let me get info, view, show options. Google is free. Then how to copy path in Mac. It said press option plus command plus C. Okay, so if we are in here, press option command C. So let's do this, command V. Okay, we enter. Right, so it says that should add the project to our directory, right? So now let's go back to Android Studio and open this. Yeah, we are good. Yeah. So now I think we can run our git push. Let's do git push and see. No, I'm not gonna do this one now. Let me just come here and have this. Okay. Sign into Gemini. Yeah, I use AI code committer because it gives a detailed explanation of what I've committed and all that. So don't send me anything. So this is our commit. Okay, I'm 18. Next, use context only from this project, right? No, use this. I'm not gonna ask you anything. I just need you to help me commit my code. So stop suggest. Why are you not giving me the suggestions? Let me do this and see. And let's try our push. So if we authorize this and come back, will it push? Yeah, it won't. So we have to do this. Okay. Yeah. So we can do git push. Okay. How is this different from? Nah. Invalid username and password. So I would have to find my way around it. Why this? Let me see if this will show up. I hate this autocomplete. I have to go and then so first let me take off the autocomplete because it confuses me when I'm coding. I just want to do my own thing. Let me see. Code completion. Editor. Code editing. No, I think I can get it from let's see, down here. Configure Gemini. The auto completion. Code completion. Yes, I can't find it. Let me see. Let me try typing something. Okay. I want to take off the code completion. take off the code completion, but I forgot where it's located. Google is free. Okay, JetBrains. Yeah, so deactivate code completion in Android Studio, right? So now you go to settings and check the show charges, and I should type. Tools, Gemini, editor, then inline completion. So where's tools? Look for where's Gemini? Okay, let's pick AI. AI auto compress. So we don't have a Gemini in there. I want to go around looking for it myself. Code editing, show quick documentation, blah blah blah. Guys, where can I find this? I think what? So let me. So we can take this one off. Yeah. Enable AI prediction. Inline code completion should be off. So let's yeah, we are good now. No more code completion. So now let's focus on getting our Git to run. Actually, I can do what I'm trying to do here from GitHub desktop bar. Okay, let me now use my email, right, to see if that will work. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. Okay, so now what are we gonna do now? I think we're following some install git. Okay, all right, no problem. No problem, it's all good. Yeah, brew install git, install homebrew if you don't already have it. Install macbox, Xcode command line tools. Apple ships a binary package of Kit. You can install it via okay. Yeah, Kit is already there. The only reason is I'm not able to sign in. So thank you, Alpha Romeo 4C. Thanks for the follow. I hope you keep in touch. Yeah. Oh yeah, boss. We are in this together. Flutter devs, yeah. Alpha Romeo, thanks for the follow. Alpha, what do you do? Are you where are you viewing from? Ghana, South Africa, Nigeria, Cameroon? Yeah. Po. Yes, so I'm still here. I can do the push from this particular side, but I want to do it from the command line. I want to do it from the command line. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'm also building from Ghana. Are you into software development, software engineering, all those things? Or you just passing through to support? Okay, that's cool. I was there some few years ago. Let me see, 2 years ago I was there at TTU. All right, I've seen it. I was there at TTU. Are you which of the schools are you? KNST, TTU, and which one again? I don't know. UCC and those other ones. Okay, GCTU, is that Ghana what? I know G should be for Ghana, but the CTU, maybe Technical University. I don't know about the C. What does the C stand for? NDK. I just installed you in my ID. You're welcome. Okay, Ghana Telecom. Okay. Then we're from the C, because maybe Ghana Telecom University, Ghana Communications Technology University. Okay. All right. So communications. Does that mean you do more of IT related stuff, or you do more of broadcasting? Okay, Ghana Communications Technology University. All right. What's or is the major subject in there, or course that you guys that is where I want to come next year. Okay, then I think you guys can connect. You go meet him up and say, "Yo, bro, I met you under that TikTok live some months ago, probably, or some years ago." Yeah, so now we have everything working. Every single thing in here is working except the git. Yeah, it's all good except the git command. We can't get the git command to work, so uh so I'm kind of laid back because I have to understand why the git command is not working. If we do git push, it goes through, but again it's telling me that my password is incorrect when I know my password. So let me go confirm again. Let me confirm once more. Oh, yeah, I think I know what's up now. So let me get this email check and then password. This was like a very old password that I used. Yeah, so let me go again that I can't remember. That's one. Whoa. Okay. What's it? Password authentication not supported. Okay. So that means we have to use something else. Okay, so let me come here. Oh no. To fix it, you must replace your GitHub account password with a personal access token or switch to SSH Authenticator. GitHub can disable regular password again. Yeah. So how to generate my token? So log in, click on your profile, developer, personal access token, click on token, click generate new token drop down and choose generate new token. Give your token a name, set an expiration date and select repo checkbox. Scroll down and generate token, copy token. You will not be able to see it again once you leave the page. Okay. Open. So GitHub.com, right click on the internet password entry. Okay, you can link the token directly to your repository, so you do not need to keep pasting it, right? Never prompt you for tokens. You setting the GitHub or installing the official GitHub CLI tool. which handles authenticity through your browser. So GitHub CLI for Mac. Yeah. No, I don't need this. Brew install. I want to use Brew. For installation. Why are you taking me? Brew install GitHub. That's all. So let me search Brew. Okay, I'll search this and call this GH. Yeah. Brew not found. Brew command not available. So we have to install the brew itself. I don't want the folder. So I can literally search install GitHub CLI on Mac. Install Windows or MFC installation. Okay. Wow. Homebrew. How to install the open software package? That's simplify the installations. So let me first install the homebrew. Then we go to okay. Try a new PKG installer. Okay. Okay. Let me try the installer, right? Well, so homebrew PKG. Let's see what goes in there. Let's see what goes in the PKG. Huh. Guys, we're almost done with this. So what do? I double click as usual. An introduction, license, agree, installation type, install. Okay. To add homebrew to your path, add to your shell profile, sample. Next step. So the installation is done, and this is the next step, right? This what? Bash profile or zip profile. What is it even giving me? Okay, I'm using this profile. I'm using Z profile, but I don't actually understand this if that is what they want me to do. So I can come here, say add homebrew path on Mac. Okay, so to add a homebrew path, run the command I'll put it at the end of the installation script. Assuming you are using ZHS, simply copy and paste the following commands to your terminal one by one, pressing each other. Okay. Alright, so now let me see what they are giving me. Okay, so we have evil, this. Now let's go to our terminal and paste it and see. Beef with God. Are you beefing with God, bro? Yeah, now we have our brew done. Beef with God. Are you beefing with God? Guys, let's follow, also like as well, right? So we have our homebrew now. The next thing to do is to install GitHub finally. So we'll just do brew install gh. That should be it. I think things are starting to make sense now. Yeah. And just how often this run. Alright. So GitHub is installed now. So the next thing we do is to log into it, I guess. Yeah, boss, we are in. So now we have to log into GitHub, right? So let's see. First, let me go to this side and clear and do git push and see. Okay, so now let's log into GitHub and see. Log into GitHub on Mac terminal. So git auth login. Okay. Okay, so we do gh auth login. So GitHub auth login. Where do you want to log in for? github.com. HTTPS. Authenticate gate with your credentials. Yeah. How would you like to authenticate the CLI? Login with browser. First, copy and paste the one-time code. Okay. So let's go in here. Continue. And continue. These are the was requested from Accra, blah 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 blah. Authorize. Yeah, so we've successfully logged in. Leave here. All right, so let's clear this. So now let's do git push and see. Yeah, so we are in now. Wow. Ugh. So the process, right? I think let me see if I can remember the steps. I'm gonna write it here. So the first step is, the most important one is to install the homebrew. Yeah, so we were going up and down because we didn't have an actual overview of how it's supposed to be done. But now install homebrew. That's the first step. After the installation, you install GH, which is GitHub. After installing GitHub, you do GH authentication, which is GH or login. You follow the prompt to log in with browser, to log in over HTTPS, and then you copy the code provided, you press enter, you go on the web, you enter the code, you authorize all your repos that you want to manipulate in the terminal, and then you're all set. It's that simple. So that's life. When you don't know the road to some place, you always pass corners. You always pass corners until you discover a shortcut one day. You'll be like, yeah, we are in. So we've successfully downloaded and installed Android Studio and Flutter with Git and GitHub on a MacBook. Fresh, no libby, no laba laba. Yeah, everything was just straight to the point, and I think so far so good. We've done well. Yeah. So I can also run from my mobile now. I can run from the iOS simulator, and if I have my Pixel 10 Pro running, I can equally run from there. Yeah, so let's rerun our app from Pixel 10. And see what we got. Yeah, I saw some reds. Yeah, I know where they're coming from. So this is it. This evening I will be working to get all that done. This red is an issue of refresh token. Yeah, I haven't implemented the refresh token from the front end, so when the token expires, the app pops up red and I have to log out and log in again. Yeah, so we are in. We have to retouch on all the screens and come up with something cool. Yeah, so enough is in the north, right? Enough is in the north, so We've successfully installed our app, run it for the first time, and it was an issue of do this, do that, do this, do that. But I think we kind of we did well. Yeah, I'm sure someone somewhere took about 2-3 days to get everything working. Yeah, so guys, I would have to jump out to sleep because I'm very tired. And then during the day around 1 p.m. I'll be back on live to work on a particular project. And then late night in the evening I'll also be live as well. It's an everyday thing on weekends, and then weekdays I normally do to work. Yeah. Oh, sure. Just have to do a lot of personal projects. You just have to build and read a lot, and also avoid AI. Yeah, since you are starting, you try to avoid the support or the influence of AI as early as possible. Yeah. Because a developer, your superpowers is you sitting down, thinking about something, writing codes, putting architecture and things on a little paper, right? Implement it and get it working. That's your superpower as a developer. Yeah. Then when you start to employ AI, or when you start to involve AI in even the basic thought process, then you gradually lose that particular superpower. And when you lose that superpower, you lose as a developer. So AI is there to help you debug your code and do other stuff, but don't let it be the one doing the thinking for you. Yeah. Maybe if you are very new to something, you go online, you search for support, you do all that you could do, and you get no one to help you. If no one cannot help you online, then AI will also stress you. So maybe you should log on to Stack Overflow, because AI kind of crawls the internet and gather the informations that are already there. So if you go through the already existing informations and you can't find the cure to your problem, then AI cannot get it straightforward, although it will help at the end of the day, but it will take a little, you struggle a little. So try to avoid AI as much as possible and grab the basics. At least try to grab the basics, and it's up and downs and everything before you begin to involve AI in your work. Yeah, so it is 4:38 a.m. in Ghana at where I am. Although I don't want to end the live, I still have to end it and then get back to you guys somewhere during the day. My Saturday, I was able to clear everything on my table, so today is just gonna be you and I. Today is just gonna be us working together for the whole day. For the whole day, it's like a codathon, right? For the whole day, we are just gonna be working together. So let me get prepared, get myself settled. Hopefully ECG will not take our light. Yeah, hopefully ECG will not take our light, and then we'll have a stable internet connection, and all we have to do is to code. Yeah. So thank you guys, thank you for the like. Mr. birthday. Thank you for the likes. ECG did me dirty last night, right? I started the installation last night and ECG took the light. And because we are on fiber, there was no internet. And I went to bed. Within 10-15 minutes, they brought back the light. I came here to continue the live. After 20 minutes, it went off again. So if you go on my YouTube, right, I think I have to put the channel name here for you guys to check. If you go on my YouTube, you can see that I have about 4, I think this is a 4 version. Yeah, I think this is a 4 version of the video. This is a 4th version because I have 3 different ones that didn't end well. So this is my YouTube. Oh. It's code with searcher. Yeah. Then you align in center. What I can keep it this way. I just want you guys to see it. Keep it bold, make it big because I want everybody to see it. Align in the center and border. I don't need no border. Yeah, so I think let me make it bigger because I'll remove it soon. Yeah, so that's my YouTube. Code with search. Is it even showing? Remove. Yeah, so when you go on there, I think I can even shift there. You can just go check it out, see the videos that we already have there. You like, you watch, and you subscribe because now that the MacBook is in, oh my god, it's just gonna be back to back to back to back to back live sessions and videos. Yeah, I was using my Windows and that Windows has really tried. I don't know if I'm gonna let it go. I'll just keep it there and maybe after some few years I'll go take it and do some rituals for it and say, wow, I really appreciate it. Yeah, I got that Windows device when I went to TTU in 2021 January. It's been with me through then till now. I got this MacBook, I think that was Wednesday. Yeah, so thanks to the old tired Windows, now we have a MacBook to work with. Yeah, so guys, yeah, this is M5 MacBook Pro M5. Yeah, so it comes with 16 GB RAM and 16 GB RAM DDR5 and then 1 TB Macintosh SD, which is SSD. Yeah, so 1 TB SSD, 16 GB RAM, 10 cores. I think 6 for performance and then 4 for efficiency. Yeah, the cores, and then the display is I think above 8K, and this is 14 inches. Yeah, and so far so good. It's able to handle all these tabs, TikTok live, Safari ongoing. We even have Streamlabs ongoing, and we have Spotify ongoing, and yet everything feels so smooth. It feels like I'm yet to run my applications. So I think it's a good thing to actually use for this my work. So homebrew is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. This too is done. Yeah, so I think at first I used to cry over with the Windows I can only stream one angle at a time, and it was even struggling, right? I was streaming when I'm streaming on TikTok, then I have to run the app on my mobile. I can't run using the emulator. And if I'm using Streamlabs, same thing applies to it. Even on a normal run, I can't use the emulator because it was a 12 gig RAM PC with that's the DR4, then 500 gigabyte HDD, and then with NVIDIA it was GeForce M something something. This for 920M, yeah, which is like the old graphics with 2 gigabytes dedicated. At first it was good. When I first bought it, it was good, but when the application started improving and then they began to require more processing power and stuff, it couldn't handle it anymore. And that's when man has to start thinking for what is this? Man has to start thinking about what's next. What should we do next? And now we're good. Yeah, so now we can run our emulator. We can run 2-3 emulators simultaneously, stream on both Streamlabs and then TikTok, and then run any other application that we want. Yeah, so 8K, the price was 19K. The price 19K. And when you go to the market, yeah, when you go to the market, it's a fair price. It's a fair price. I was actually going for the 512 gigabytes, but that one became very scarce. Even till now, it's very scarce in the system. So the price jumped from being 17K, around 17.5K to almost 19K. People were giving it out for 19K. People were giving it out for 18.5K and stuff. So we just decided to go for the 1 TB, which is around 19K plus 19.5K. So we just decided to go for that one. If we would go for 18.5K for 512, then we could as well just top up or add up to achieve the 19K. Yeah. So that is that. People are still passing through, but we would have to end now. We streamed for 2 hours and then 22 minutes. So I'll see you later. Have a good night, good morning, and bye bye. Don't forget to check out the YouTube and subscribe. Okay, bye.